Welcome to week 3 of November's Tarotcast here at Transcend-Ing Healing. Now, before we get into this, guys, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to us if you haven't already, and stick around to the end and leave a comment. Let us know how everything kind of works out for you this week. Without further ado, let's do further and let's find out what the energy for the collective is this month. This month, we have for the collective, the Hermit. All right, so it looks like this week with the collective, we are taking some time to retreat. We are spending some time on our own. Last week, we did have the Tower come through, which did follow the Sun. So that was a bit of a shock to the system. Getting into that joyous energy, having fun in the first week, and then having it all kind of crumble down. I hope you guys have fared well in that situation, in that Tower situation. Either way, it looks like now we want to take some time. We want to recoup by ourselves. We want to get away from the distractions. It's time for us to kind of go inwards and really start asking ourselves some questions like, where do we belong? Where are we going? What are we doing? When I say we, I mean it's more of an individual thing and how that is going to be affecting the whole, the collective that is. But if you really want to be embracing a bit of this hermit energy this week, try and find some time to be alone. The more time alone, the better. But, even if this is just like a walk along the beach one afternoon this week, try and find that. Use this time to reflect. Aries, this week, you have the Six of Pentacles again. It seems like this lesson isn't over yet for you, Aries. So you're still in this energy. You're still in this energy of giving and receiving, understanding the right amounts. We don't want to be in excess. We don't want to be in scarcity. And we just want to find this balance between it. Now, there's not really a great deal to say other than this is the same message as last week. So be open to receiving. Now, this is an important thing because usually people on the spiritual path, they don't have a problem with giving. Usually this is all right with them. Sometimes, they might need to, make sure they're not giving too much. But definitely when this card turns up, more often than not, in my experience, is that you need to be open to receiving. So maybe you didn't quite step into that energy. Maybe you weren't fully open to receiving last week. Maybe you were giving too much last week. So it looks like we still need to go through this. Aries, we need to be reflecting on this one. Taurus, this week, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so Taurus, it looks like the Knight of Pentacles is asking you to take things step by step, take things slow, and pay closer attention to the smaller details of things on whatever it is you're working on. With that collective energy this week of the Hermit, it looks like we all need to spend some time on ourselves, maybe reflect on what we're doing, where our place is, and combined with this Knight of Pentacles energy, this is going to be something a lot of solitude for you, okay? Because the Knight of Pentacles is definitely one that spends some time by himself, really focusing on what's important to him. And with that Hermit energy, this is a very strong one. So Taurus, you are the kind of star sign that does like to nest, does like your creature comforts, staying home, being in a comfortable place. And this is going to lend well with your energy this week. So don't feel like you need to get out. If you have that calling to kind of stay at home and just kind of do your own thing and focus on yourself, this is definitely aligned with your energy. Gemini, this week, you have the Star. So Gemini, it looks like right now we're looking for some guidance. We're looking for some hope. We're looking for that something to really inspire us and get us moving. And this is where we really need to combine that energy with that with that Hermit energy of the collective this week. So in that time that we're going to be taking away, and we should be taking some time by ourselves. Again, like I said, taking walks by ourselves along the beach or in the forest, whatever it is, find that by yourself. And it's difficult being a Gemini. Actually, you always want to be socializing with people. Definitely find that time of solitude, but it's also important to, do that because this is where, you're going to get those realizations as the Hermit does. And these realizations that are going to come through are going to be these inspirations, these things that come to you that are going to give you hope to keep going forward. Last week, you had the Four of Cups. Now, The Four of Cups was suggesting we were in a bit of a slump, okay? We were going down to the bottom. The collective was also in the Tower energy. So Geminis, it looks like it seemed to have hit us pretty hard, but after the Tower, you know, we get to the Star, and the Star gives us that hope and that inspiration to move forward and heal too. Cancer, this week you have the Moon. So Cancer, we're on week 3, and this is the third major arcana that you have got in a row. Last week you had the Lovers, so there was this union between the masculine and the feminine energy. Now, this week we've got, with the collective, we do have that Hermit energy telling us to take some time by ourselves and reflect and see where we sit in society and all this hermity energy. Combined with this Moon energy, this looks like it's going to be extra powerful for you. And also, Cancer, not to forget, you are aligned with that Moon energy as well. So it seems like actually up to this point this month, you are very aligned. Very strong energy is coming through with you. However, now we need to go inwards with that Hermit, and we need to not just go inwards and look at ourselves. We need to look at those darker areas, the shadows that are sitting in the subconscious. Do not be afraid this week. If you get any feelings, if you get any thoughts that come up, they maybe make you feel uncomfortable. There may be memories coming up. Who knows? Something that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. This is because this could be a deep-seated fear from who knows when, who knows what, who knows why. It's up for you to discover, but step into those shadows, face those fears, because this is where we're going to have some strong growth with you. Leo, this week you got the Two of Cups. Well, this is an interesting one, Leo, because this week for the collective, we had the Hermit. And the Hermit's about taking time and taking solitude by ourselves and really reflecting. And we've got, for you, we've got the Two of Cups. Now, I wouldn't say that this one is about going away with somebody else, that special person, but this is going to be more about you maybe stepping away for yourself with that Hermit energy, getting away from things to maybe reflect on the relationships you have. This card is very much about, you know, those people that we are intimately close with. Are these our lovers? Are these our best friends? Are these our brothers and sisters, or are these our parents? But who is it that we really can connect with, and who is it that we can really have these deep bonds with? So this Hermit energy for the collective, for you in particular, is going to be stepping away, and it seems like there's going to be a lot of reflection that you might need to do on the relationships in your life. Who are those people that are important to you? Who are those people that you can really confide in? Virgo, this week you have the Queen of Wands. Okay, Virgo, Queen of Wands. Look, personally, this is one of my favorite cards. This woman, she is super creative, okay? She is super passionate. She's the one that's just gonna do things in the moment. She's very, intense with her expression. She wears her heart on her sleeve. And combined with that collective energy this month of the Hermit energy, I think it would be a good idea in, trying to get some time away by yourself and unleash some of that creativity, okay? Unleash some of those, some of that passion. So does this mean you go away, you walk off by yourself with a sketch pad and you sketch a nature scene or something? Or do you go off by yourself first thing in the morning and you go surfing by yourself? What is it? What are your passions? What are your creativities? We want to do this. We want to do it in the moment. We want to feel it. We don't want to question it, okay? There's a lot of just channel those feelings, trust your intuition, and as you're channeling it, remember, try and do it, by yourself, because I think that's where a lot of that creativity is really going to come through. Don't allow the distractions of things coming through. So try and get away from technology as well, and try and just be present with yourself. Libra, this week you have the Two of Swords. Okay, Libra, looks like we got some heavy energy coming your way this week. Last week you also had the Ten of Wands, which was, it's literally a guy that's struggling with weight. So, we've got this one coming through this week, another heavy energy coming through. But this seems like it's a little bit different. We need to be looking at something else. Did you actually manage to offload that weight from last week? Those burdens, did you move into a lighter space, or are you still kind of feeling like you are carrying these burdens? There could be an element of maybe you might be refusing to see what's happening around you. You might not be opening up to those that might be there to help you. It looks like you're struggling a bit more than most of the signs this week. Now, remember, whenever we get the Hermit come through, it's very important that we do take that time for ourselves. Get away from it all. Get away from the distractions. Get away from the friends and the family, the boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. We're not talking about abandoning them, but it's about finding that time for yourself. You need that quiet time to really reflect. And it seems like you're going through a bit of a rough time last week, this week. You really need that time to focus on yourself and be present and really try and, do some meditation and see what it is that you're really blocking off for yourself, because there's something there that needs to be seen. It's right in front of you, but there's something holding you back. You have to ask yourself, what is that? Scorpio, this week you have the Five of Pentacles. So last week, Scorpio, you had the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups was telling us to kind of leave something behind, walk away from an emotional investment. We also, last week with the collective, had that Tower energy of things collapsing down and things breaking down. So with that energy of things breaking down, that energy of you having to walk away from emotional investment, it looks like there might be something going through here, a bit of a scarcity mentality. We might be feeling like that we've kind of lost something, we don't have something, we just don't have a lot right now. But we do have that collective energy of the Hermit coming through this week. So it would be highly encouraged to, do what the Hermit does. Get away from it all. Get away from distractions. Spend some time by yourself. Okay, we want to be reflecting on this because you could have been taking it a bit rough recently with that feeling of the Tower last week. Seems like it hit you pretty hard. Don't be in a place of despair, okay? This card is suggesting that you could be in a place, you could be feeling that despair right now, but do remember with this card, with the Five of Pentacles coming through, is that these two people, they are looking for help. They are going to an institution, which is the church. They're asking for sanctuary. They're asking for help. So if you are struggling this week, don't be shy in asking for help. There are people out there that are willing to help. Just send that message, make that phone call if you have to. But you've also got to balance this with finding time for yourself with that Hermit energy. So you've definitely got a bit of a trial ahead of you. So good luck with that, and I hope this works out for you. Sagittarius, this week you have the Six of Swords. Okay, so it looks like this is a double whammy of energy for you this week, Sagittarius. This week for the collective, we all got the Hermit, which is about getting away from it all, which is about, just removing ourselves from society for a while. And this card, even though this isn't just in general getting away from society, is about getting away from the conflict. Okay, so I would say more so than any of the signs that I have done this week is very important that you embody that Hermit energy. Take that time for yourself. Get away from the conflicts. Get away from those negative energies that have been drawing you down. Ask yourself, where are those conflicts coming from? Are they coming from relationships? Are they coming from the family? Are they coming from flame wars that you've been starting in the comments section on Twitter? Don't do that. Whatever it is, ask yourself where those conflicts are in your life, because it looks like you really do need to get away from it. And it's not just that you need to get away from, because the Hermit really needs to get away. And I've said this about 5 times for you already this week. Get away. You really need that. You need that alone time right now. So try and prioritize that for yourself this week. Capricorn, this week you have the Eight of Swords. Capricorn, last week you had the Ten of Swords. This week you've got the Ace of Swords. This isn't going too well for you, if I'm going to be totally honest, but this definitely means you've got you've got a path ahead of you. And if you can get past all of this, it seems like you're going to make some good results, some strides forward in yourself, and really knowing yourself, knowing your priorities, knowing what's important to you. We've got that Hermit energy this week. He's telling you to get away. He's telling you to find some time by yourself, get away from the distractions, get away from people. However, it's almost like you have this feeling of being trapped. So you might even have more trouble than anyone else this week of getting away from it all because you feel like you are trapped. So it's a real conundrum for you. I think it seems like the problems are compounding on you. You've got to be very strong this week. You've really got to find that strength within yourself because remember, if we have a look here, this woman, she could step up to these stores and she could cut herself free at any time, and that is you. I mean, you could break your bonds at any moment. You've just got to do it. It's a hard decision sometime. Now remember, there is that air energy that comes through with the swords. Communication is a big thing. Okay, remember telling the truth. Okay, the truth can set us free. So I don't know if this is secrets that you've been holding on to, or if there's just some weight on your chest. There may be something that needs to be said. So maybe it's going to be important to maybe get away, reflect on something, find out what it is that you need to actually release and say to free yourself. Aquarius, this week you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is fate knocking at the door. This is destiny on the way. When we get the Wheel of Fortune, there is something coming. There is something important. There is something that, there's just unavoidable. Now you do have that energy of the Hermit this week coming through, telling you to take some time by yourself. Okay, go for a walk along the beach or go camping for a couple of days if you can find that time. Find that time to retreat. Okay, I would say there's some big the destiny that's coming your way. Okay, this could come through that time being alone. This could be like those eureka moments that come to you, these realizations, those crystallizing moments, because that happens with the Hermit and with that energy of the Wheel of Fortune coming through. It looks like there's going to be some big results coming your way. I mean, they could be huge or they could be small things. Like I always say with the Wheel of Fortune, it could be a seed that gets planted. Okay, this could be that small little idea that is going to grow into something big. Okay, so whether it starts off small or it starts off big, it is something fateful, and you need to you can't avoid it. But it's best you probably roll with it because it's just going to make things a lot easier for you. Pisces, this week you have the Lovers. Well, it looks like there's going to be some deep connection with yourself this week, Pisces. Really embrace that energy of the Hermit. Get away for some time. Like I've been saying, get away, even if it's just a walk along the beach in the afternoons by yourself, or walk into the forest, or I don't know, if you're in the concrete jungle, maybe just go for a little walk along the streets. Put on some Tibetan bowl music, I don't know. But what's ultimately is likely to come out of that, because the Hermit really does get results in what he does. He takes that time for himself. He gets away from those distractions because it's time for you to connect with yourself. It's time for you to connect with the masculine and the feminine, the flow and the structure, okay? Giving and receiving. Really understanding those dualities in life, those polarities, okay? So this is going to be very important for you. It's going to bring a lot of balance if you do bring in that Hermit energy, okay? And it's also important something to ask yourself, what is it you truly love in life? What is it that, that really, makes the heart flutter for you? Because this is something that you need to focus on, okay? Something you need to go towards. You get these feelings, if you get those instincts of something that, this is truly what the heart wants, that's what you got to trust this week more than anything else. So follow the heart this week, Pisces. And so that's it for this week for the Tarotcast of November, week 3. Next week is going to be the last week, so make sure you tune in to check that out. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe also if you haven't already. Also, leave a comment. I want to know how your week is going. I want to know how these cards are vibing with you. I want to know, what struggles have you been going through? What achievements have you been getting? I want to hear about your story. Drop it in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys next week for the final week of November with the Tarotcast. Ciao, guys. Big love.